Hello everyone, my name is Leo. I just want to say that this video is not exactly what I would call well professional or well edited. It's just me trimming stuff, but outside of that, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to properly profit trade in Royale and the sub parts and the side quests, or that's how I like to call them, and the really profit trade like a pro. Without further ado, let's get started. So one thing you need to keep in mind when profit trading is that it requires a lot of patience. Like, you're not gonna get profit trade every single time, all the time. Sometimes you gotta take a break, and sometimes there's just some items you can't profit off of. Now, with that being said, I do think that a lot of items right now, especially during Tile Glow or summer season, definitely are rising and are more demand. But what items really classify as that? Alright, so first, I think almost every Halo is definitely considered high demand. Well, not every Halo, but they have enough demand to profit off of and are rapidly increasing. For example, spring 2020, which is the lowest Halo, it was worth 300,000 back in December, but right now it's worth almost 400,000. And that just says a lot about summer inflation. Or another more dramatic example, ever for in 2024, that's not really been a Halo that was really worth little or a medium price. It was always expensive in a top Halo, but it was 4.4 million at the time, and then it started to now it's currently increasing a bit, and it's almost 8 million or getting 8 million offers. Now I think that Halo and its progression is definitely interesting, and I would suggest holding on to that Halo. But for mid tiers, they also have been going crazy and increasing. So I would really suggest getting almost any Halo. Now, what if I don't have a Halo, or what if I can't afford one? Oh, that's simple. You don't need a Halo to profit. I actually don't really do too much profit with Halos, but rather with items. Whimsy Witch Heals are a decent example. You could probably sit in a trading cup again for like 70k. It didn't sell for 80,000. Now you might be saying, oh, that's not really big of a profit, but that's 10,000 profit, and that'll add up over time if you keep doing this. And my favorite item to trade with right now is definitely the Starlight and Snow Swan items. They have such a huge price range that it's almost impossible to really lose out unless you're going too high or too low. Currently, as I'm recording this, Starlight set currently goes for 270,000 and 300,000 diamonds when you sell it all together, but if you sell it separately, you're most likely to go and get a little bit over 300,000, and that's why I would recommend selling it in parts right now. But I'll also keep that set. Now, Snow Swan set, it's around 200 to 250k. It has a much bigger range than Starlight, and that really, Snow Swan I'll argue is more profitable than Starlight, because you can ultimately get that set for pretty much a low price and continuously profit off of it, and you will still get wins. But Starlight, it has kind of a tighter range of what sellers want for it, but most people will probably sell it. Use Snow Swan set for like a very small, not like a very small price, but probably on the lower end of 200,000, but near the upper end of 200,000. Like, I can probably sell it for 250,000 if I try hard enough. and then buy it back for 230,000 or even less if I try hard enough. And that's why I'm keeping my stuff, but like not really selling it long term. I have about 2 extras of each set. So what if I don't have a set? Well, you don't even really need a set. You just need like a random carousel. You could probably get that for like 35,000 in Trading Hub, and then sell it for 45 to 55k on Tradery. Now I'm probably getting a little bit ahead of myself there. So what I would really suggest is really buying stuff that's really above 20,000. For the fact that most people probably don't really care about items that are under it. So that's my opinion. Now, how do I sell my items? And where do I go? Alright, so this is going to be controversial, I know. But I would really suggest using Tradery. Now, Tradery already has a bad reputation for overpricing or scamming, but I'm gonna whisper something in your ear. It's because of dumb people. Now that might sound bad, but come on, we're in 2024. We should not be clicking random links to people's YouTube channels just because they sell stuff at like a Halo $3,000. Let's be for real. You're not getting Spring 2022 for 800 diamonds. Be realistic. But like, it becomes so glaringly obvious. You don't even have to message them or offer. You just have to look at their bio half the time. It'll usually tell you to subscribe to a YouTube channel. But aside from that, Tradery allows you to have multiple listings all at once. You can constantly view those listings over and over. You just have to keep on hiding them or get some sort of subscription or whatever. But I don't know. But I think and plus, you can really speed offer and spam offer on different people's listings, especially for higher demand stuff. A really good example is if one person declines your offer, it's not the end of the world. You could probably go to a bunch of other people's offers. That's like a ton of offers for the higher demand stuff right now. Tons of listings because people want that profit. But here's one thing. If someone's already offering for higher than your budget, don't even try. Chances are you're just going to end up in a bidding war. And that sucks. So, what if I don't have Tradery? You can always use Discord or Twitter, although those are probably going to be slower and hard to get trades from because people generally don't check those, but people are more inclined to check Tradery because notifications and stuff. No one really has notifications for Twitter and Discord, especially Discord. But usually, you can find good trades on there. For example, TTYL's talk to you later set or TTYL set or whatever. So most people usually sell it for like 65,000 to 70,000, but you can legitimately get like 80 to 85k off of that set right now. And it's for the fact that this girl alone sells for 40 to 45,000. The bodice sells for 20,000 usually, but you can get 25,000 if you try enough. And then the rest of the stuff usually sells for 5,000. So that's actually a bit of profit. Now, what if I want to do? So, but don't like discount Trading Hub out yet. I would really suggest that for, especially if you're trying to buy something, not really selling something, because most people in regular trading hubs don't really have diamonds, or at least they're not really going to try in, or at least they're really trying to get rid of items, especially when you look for shops. Now, I would suggest buying in bulk and having a budget of around 100,000 just to be safe. But let me repeat this. Do not invest in items that have already been around 80,000 times and are free or already very, very cheap. Don't do it. I mean, I would just don't buy stuff just because someone has it. Remember what's in demand and what's not. Otherwise, you're going to struggle. A good example is when I bought
cookie cutter loafers for about 10K. I did ultimately end up getting those diamonds in the end, 20,000, but man, it was hard, and that's like medium-ish demand. So I would definitely suggest looking for set items. Now, on to my next point. So, how do we realistically get these trades? Negotiation. Negotiation is oh so important nowadays. Like, if you can't negotiate with people, you're not gonna get far. Like for example, you have to be willing to accept both items. You don't really have to per se, but it's more recommended. Yeah, you be more versatile with your offers, like with items and diamonds, or vice versa. But I generally think you should really keep your eye out for stuff. And before you're like, oh, but I only want diamonds. Trust me. If you get a 25,000 profit, but it's items so you decline, you're losing out on a lot of profit. But if you accept just diamonds in that regular trade price, then it's fine, but you just lost out on a lot of profit. I would recommend being versatile with your offers and trades. And another good example that I have for you guys is you have to take the L in trades sometimes. You're not going to get a win every single time. It's near impossible. Especially when stuff is unstable. Especially right now if you're a seller. If you're trying to sell, let's say Glimmer. Okay, wait. Let's say you just sold Solar X Halo for 1.6 mil because you didn't think it would rise. Oh, look at this. It's like 2 million diamonds right now. Oh my god, that's so crazy. You just lost out on 400,000 diamonds profit because you immediately traded something. And patience is key with a lot of these profit trades. I mean, sure, there's some small errands you can do here and there for like smaller stuff, but like, I do not suggest. I actually kind of am slowly suggesting the long-term profit. For example, Whimsy Witch Shoes used to be worth 200,000 diamonds. Now, I wasn't really around for it. I had everything going, but I wasn't really playing it when it was that price, so I didn't really sell it for that much. But yeah, it's according to YouTube videos. Oh my god, it were worth 200 grand. That's so crazy. But yeah, know your limits and know your boundaries. Alright, so the next thing I want to talk about is, so what even is profit trading? Like, what are you yapping about, little bro? Alright, so profit trading is one simple way to describe it is you're either selling something for a little bit more or just fair price, and you're buying it for slightly less or fair price, and vice versa. But my definition of profit trading, and this is a joke by the way, scamming kids. Don't cancel me for that. Anyways, essentially, let's say you have Winter Halo 2020. Now, my value isn't really updated on that specific Halo, but I managed to get it in 3 days, starting from only 90,000. That was from logins and treasure chests on an alt account. I really started trading back last month, so I think I'm pretty equipped to talk about this. So I won't really suggest getting. I actually do not suggest your first Halo being Spring Halo 2020. It's not a good idea, and it's not really profitable. But I would suggest getting Winter Halo 2020 because the big price range, you could probably buy it for 600,000 right now, and then sell it for 630 or 650 grand diamonds. It didn't rinse and repeat. That could be up to 100k plus profit, but that may take a while. So, how do I know if my items are in demand? Look at recent trades, and before you say, oh, people are doing 3,000 diamonds. Those are bots. Ignore them. But be really careful when you're looking at them because you never know when they're fake. If it's by the same user in like a short time span, it's probably fake. So I would usually suggest going in the middle of those recent trades and really pricing it for in the middle. But how do I know if it's in demand? Well, just set a regular old listing. No price, no really set definition. Just list it. And if you get and see how many offers you get in about an hour. If you don't get many offers, that could just mean either you're unlucky or it's not really in demand. But counterpoint, or it's too expensive. Now, you can also look around on Discord and Twitter and see what people are looking for in terms of items. If the item shows up consistently, that's probably going to mean it's high demand. And before you're like, maybe it's just that day. But if it's happening over multiple days, that probably means it's high demand. But like newer stuff from 2021 onwards are usually more wanted. Like for example, opposite attracts, dress and sleeves are still pretty wanted even after they've been here for around twice. They came back twice already. Same with a couple of other items, but even ones you would say still wanted and increasing a bit. Even though, again, it came back not even a year ago. And then steampunk set. I mean, you can argue that's slightly different because it takes a while to get candies in with the supposed new method, but that still managed to increase. So you gotta really consider that too. But usually, new stuff doesn't really die off. Like, you can't really say that they're really worthless. Now, they will crash, so keep that in mind. But usually, if you're looking for, sorry for my rambling, but how do I long-term profit? Alright, so this is actually going to require all your strength and patience. And I really need more patience, but buy duplicates of sets or a bunch of items. I would suggest buying 2 to 3 extras of each item, and I would suggest selling these at peak pricing and when it looks like it's kind of stabilizing, or usually when it's at its highest price. And then you're going to want to wait until it comes back or a few months later and then rebuy it. Now I think this is where long-term profit kind of isn't feasible for a lot of us, even me, because it is so hard to let go of your items for a while. So I think that's why people really struggle with that part a lot. But anyways, this could take about 6 months or probably less or more. It depends on the item. But if I'm being honest, I think for one that I don't think you should buy items from shop even before it rose and goes on sale. I think you should always get it for cheaper. But Starlight, a good example of this not really working sometimes is Starlight set, because even that was still pretty close to its original price. Snow Swan set was originally close to 200,000, even though I don't even think that set really costed that much in the shop. So there's that. But I would generally suggest investing in stuff that looks pretty and people say is pretty. Like even the new Easter items, despite being free, still get a lot of trades sometimes. I don't really know what to say anymore, but like just ask me more questions in the comments if you want like more in depth or something. Also, check out my socials in the description and read my Wattpad Rainbow Family by Love Living Lena, because I really need attention on there. Thanks, bye.